Hello everybody, it's been a while, but welcome back to the channel. My name's Rogue Tiger, and today we are going to be looking at the recent patch update that's been announced for Dead by Daylight, currently in a PTB before it goes out onto the live servers. Now there's a lot to talk about in this patch update. I'm basically just going to be giving a streamlined view over the most important parts of it while this game goes on in the background, which I played on the PTB, testing out some of the new perks for survivors, which didn't go exactly to plan for me, although as you'll see in a video later on, there was one game where it actually turned out pretty damn good. Alright, so kicking things off, we're going to be looking at some gameplay updates for the game. Undetectable is a status that recently came into Dead by Daylight with the Demogorgon. It was applied to Demogorgon and to Freddy while he's in the dream mode. However, Undetectable is now applied to Tier 1 Myers, Pig while she's in crouch mode, Wraith while he's in cloak form, and Ghost Fouled when Night Shroud is active. There's also a new Survivor Score event for wiggling while on the killer's shoulder, other survivors disconnecting from the match, fast forwarding during a chase, and also dropping pallets during a chase. I'll have all the numbers going up on screen so you can keep an eye on them. I'll also have all of the patch notes for this in the description down below for you to look at even further. Now, on top of these gameplay updates, there's also been a few changes to some survivor perks. First of all, Detective's Hunch now triggers from any gen completion. You no longer have to be the survivor that has completed the generator. Also, the aura reading has been increased to 10 seconds from 5 seconds, allowing you to get a better scope of the match and where everything is. Plunderer's Instinct has now been updated, so instead of having a slightly and moderately increased rarity chance, it's now considerably across the board at level 1 and 2. However, the perk will no longer reveal open chest auras, but it now does reveal dropped item auras. This can be particularly good when facing a Frankenstein's Demise and you just cannot remember where the hell you dropped your key or your medkit. And the final perk that got changed is Metal of Man, which can now proc more than once per game. Overall, I don't think this one makes too much of a difference due to the fact that you can barely get it to proc even once, but if someone can pull it off, it will be extremely impressive. Another big part of the update is the addition of the Archives and the Rift. The Archives is a free addition to the game that anybody can use, which provides you with different challenges you can take into each match, basically the same as a daily ritual. Each challenge will reward you with Rift fragments and blood points, and you can make your way to the end of each tome for a special reward. Now, in the live version, when this gets released, the archive will also contain more lore about the game for people that enjoy that part of things, but as of right now, there is no lore available on the PTB. From a quick look at the third tome of the archive, there is 11 survivor challenges and 8 different killer challenges, and you can earn up to 435,000 blood points if you complete all of these. As for the Rift, this is essentially Dead by Daylight's version of the Battle Pass. You'll have to pay 1,000 Oryx to unlock this. However, as part of the Rift, if you complete all of it, you can actually earn back your 1,000 Oryx and use that to buy your next Rift. To go alongside this, there are now new charm cosmetics which you can attach either to the waist of your survivors up to free, or attach to the hooks of your killers up to free as well. You can earn these charms by leveling up your Rift, with 28 different charms available to unlock, as well as more cosmetics to unlock as part of the Rift. Overall, there are 9 complete cosmetic outfits you can unlock, with outfits for Jake, Wraith, Nurse, Meg, Trapper, Claudette, Hag, Dwight, and Billy, alongside 2 additional bonus cosmetics for Huntress, David, and Nia. As of right now on the PTB, Dead by Daylight have actually given every person 2,000 Oryx with which they can use to purchase the Rift and enjoy using it before they release it onto the live servers. Now, there have been some medkit changes also as part of this update. Brown medkits are now 25% faster at healing others, up from 15%. Yellow medkits are now 35% faster at healing others, up from 25%. The green medkit has had a few changes. For example, it now has only 16 charges compared to the 24 charges it had before. It no longer has a healing efficiency, however, it does increase the speed at which you heal others and yourself by 50%. And the purple medkit now increases the speed at which you heal others by 50%. And the major benefit for the purple over the green is it has a lot more charges. To go with this, there have been some changes to the add-ons, so now the rubber gloves and the sponge add-ons now give you additional bonuses for hitting great skill checks. The needle and thread and surgical suture now give you an increased chance for skill checks, much more than before, and they also give you bonus blood points for hitting great skill checks. The 2 big changes that come from medkits are the Styptic Agent, which previously allowed you to heal 1 health state instantly, now applies the Endurance status effects for 15 seconds. The Endurance status effect is the effect that is applied when you are being unhooked by someone with borrow time within the killer's radius. You can now apply that to yourself or to someone else, and they will have that status for 15 seconds. It no longer reduces any of the charges from your medkit, but it still does deplete the medkit upon being used. Likewise, the anti-hemorrhagic syringe, now instead of healing up for 2 health states, now heals passively over the course of 8 seconds. You can increase this speed with healing buffs such as Will Make It or Botany Knowledge, but the effect is also cancelled if a health state changes or if the survivor is picked up by the killer before it completes healing. healing. Likewise with the Styptic agent, this no longer reduces any charges, but still depletes your medkit on use. Now, the biggest part of this update is the changes to Nurse. Nurse has long been considered the best killer in Dead by Daylight for a long time. They have now nerfed her power by adding in a refresh time for her blinks. Now it has a 3-second refresh time for each blink as part of her power, which begins refreshing at the beginning of the fatigue duration. So overall, it will take 6 seconds for you to get both of your blinks back, which does make it so there is a bit of less map pressure for the nurse, and means that you can punish a nurse a lot more for making her miss her blinks. They have also done a complete rework of her add-ons, which now include different effects such as blood point bonuses, fatigue reduction, effects on blink hits, effects while passing through survivors while blinking, recharge time reductions, and blink modifiers. As part of her add-on rework, she now has 2 ultra rare add-ons, one of which allows her to remove a blink in exchange for increased movement speed of 110% or the same speed as Huntress and Hag. And her other ultra rare add-on now allows her to add a blink in exchange for no longer being able to blink to locations out of her line of sight. These completely change up the way Nurse is played, and it will be interesting to see how people use this in the coming patch. However, it should be noted that this is only during the PTB, and all the changes are subject to change. They have a link for people to leave feedback based on the changes, and for the most part, every time that there has been a PTB, they have usually adjusted it some way before releasing it onto the live servers. Overall, I feel like this has been a pretty good patch. Obviously, the changes to Nurse have been extremely controversial, with a lot of people saying that this is very good and a lot of people saying this has absolutely killed the killer. However, it's important to see how she lines up over time and to see whether they do actually adjust her power before they release it onto the live servers. I'll be having a video uploaded over the weekend with another game where I attempt to show off some of the new features of the patch, so I hope you all look forward to seeing that. The PTB is expected to run for about 2 weeks before it goes onto the live servers, so be sure to test it out, see for yourself, and don't just take my word for it. I feel like it's important for people to actually experience the changes for themselves rather than just read what other people will say and then base their opinions purely on what other people are saying. If you want to form an opinion on it, test it for yourself, see how you feel about changes, and then leave feedback for behavior if you feel like that something needs to be adjusted. That's it for our first video for a while today. I hope you all enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time.